I'd like to start this session by talking about how to hold your guitar. Guitars are designed to be quite comfortable and they sit quite nicely on a leg. It's quite easy to play and they're balanced so that without much effort we can keep them in place. I prefer to have a guitar strap on. There. Now with the strap on, it even holds the guitar in a slightly better position for me. I can adjust it to where I like it, you can adjust it to where you like it. And it leaves my hands free to concentrate more on what I'm playing. Most guitars have 6 strings. We often talk about them in numbers. 1 being the highest sounding string, the high E. 2, the string next to it, which is B. 3, the next string, G. 4, the next string, D. 5, the next string, A. And 6, the next string, E. The lowest sounding of the strings. Now if we play them from low to high, it sounds like this. E, A, D, G, B, E. Many guitar players today use a digital tuner to tune their guitar. Simply strike a string and the tuner will read out what string you've struck and whether you need to adjust the pitch. There's my low E, there's my A, my D, my G, my B, and my high E. To adjust the pitch of the string, or to tune the string we call it on the guitar, I strike the string with my pick hand, and using my fret hand, I simply adjust the tension on the string with what is often called the tuner of the guitar, but is more correctly known as the machine head. Now watch as I tune my low E string. Now as I move my machine head, that's the part that I adjust my pitch with on the guitar headstock. You can see that the pitch of my string has dropped. I'm going to bring it back up. Again, striking regularly, slowly adjusting the machine head. Some people call it the tuner, until my needle's in the middle. What could be easier than that? My tuner's even on my iPhone. The same application on my iPhone also has a metronome. A metronome is a simple device that clicks in time so that we can keep a beat. I'm striking the string every 4 clicks. Playing along to a click or a metronome is excellent for building our rhythmic skills. Next, we'll take a look at the guitar pick. Guitar picks come in different thicknesses, shapes, colors, sizes, but they all serve the same purpose, and that is to kind of extend the finger almost like a fingernail. I like to hold my pick in such a way between my thumb and my first finger that just a little bit is showing almost like an extension of my finger, or like a fingernail of sorts. I don't push too hard on the pick. All that does is tighten up your muscles. So really there's a nice balance in gripping the pick lightly. And when you're first starting, you may drop the pick a little bit until you find out what that balance is, but eventually it'll become quite comfortable to hold. Once your fingers are gripping the pick and the pick is protruding just a bit, just rest it on your string, and then with your thumb and your fingers, a little bit of your wrist, just bring the pick down and across the string. And you can see how it plucks or strikes the string and creates a sound. Let's take a look at some of the techniques that our right hand can incorporate when striking notes or playing guitar chords. Watch my hand as I do some pick strokes on the low E string. You can see motion in my wrist and in my fingers. If you're doing this, moving your whole arm, you'll have a hard time being accurate. Using a big lever to do a small job, or using a little lever like the wrist and the fingers to do a nice, accurate, delicate job. Much better. Watch as I strum a guitar chord. Now, the big lever, my arm, below the elbow, is working to cross the strings, while my wrist is staying nice and loose and creating some of the up and down motion, giving me nice phrasing in my chord strummings. Now let's take a look at the hand that we're going to press the strings on the guitar with to create our notes and our chords. Take a look at my left hand. I have my thumb, which can reach around behind the neck of the guitar. Then I have my first, second, third, and fourth fingers, which reach around the front of the guitar. Together they create enough force so that when my fingers press on the strings, they create a sound. Watch as I place my thumb on the back of the guitar neck, and then I bring my fingers around to press down on the string on the front of the guitar. Watch again. And you try this also. Take your thumb, put it on the back of the guitar neck, about in the middle, and then you bring your fingers around like a C. And if we put them together, we could create a chord. Let's take a look at the arm position of my fret hand. Oftentimes, beginners on guitar feel more comfortable keeping their arm in towards their body. But look at what happens to my hand. It's now at a funny angle to the fretboard. If I move my elbow out away from my body, then my fingers line up with each fret much more directly and down the fretboard as well. If I move my elbow too far out, then again I've got this funny angle and my fingers are not lining up on the frets very well. It creates for stress in the hand. As you're practicing, do pay attention to that arm position. It may feel a little uncomfortable at first getting it to where your fingers line up properly, but after a short time, it will make playing the guitar so much easier. When you're practicing something new, it's very important to practice slowly. For instance, this pick strike, and I'm going to watch my wrist, make sure my forearm stays still, and I'm just paying attention to see that it's consistent, the string is struck evenly, and that my muscle control looks like it should. If I do that, I'm going to build positive muscle memory that is accurate. And as I increase my speed, as my skill increases, my accuracy will stay in place.